Can't do that.
Yes. Okay, so we are now live, ladies and gentlemen, here at the University of the Bahamas meets Showman Bahamas. Big cook off, okay? It's a big cook off. It's a showdown. I am Bodine Victoria, your host for today, and I can tell you that I am so excited about what is going to be coming out of these kitchens. Now, rumor has it that one of these two gentlemen is culinarily challenged, as in the extent of their culinary expertise is being able to order exceptional food and eat it while dining. And then the other rumor has it is that one of them thinks that they can cook, but may not be as great a cook as they think that they are. Either way, either way, we're going to be throwing it down in the kitchens today. Now, for those of you who do not know, I'm Bodine Victoria, host of Bodine Pot. I am an entertainer and also a home chef that shares my recipes on YouTube for you guys. You can go and check that out. But our two competitors for today, wait a minute, I'm also the Showman E Bistro ambassador, or one of them. So that's why I'm here today. Okay. Now, we have two amazing gentlemen. The rumor has it that gentlemen are not able to cook, they don't know their way around the kitchen. But the truth of the matter is, my father has proven on numerous occasions that the kitchen is a man's home just as much as the rest of the house. Okay, so let's see if these gentlemen today can take advantage of the tools of the trade. We have for you today two competitors. Their names are Dr. Rodney D. Smith. He is the president and chief executive officer of the University of the Bahamas. And in short, he has a doctorate degree in education from Harvard University. He has graduated, or he's from the Harvard University Graduate School of Education in the area of administrative administration, planning, and social policy. And I can tell you, listen, you know who's smart? It says here his dissertation is entitled Politic Administrative Factors Associated with the Decentralization and Recentralization in the Education Bureaucracy, the Case of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, get this date, 1986. And for some strange reason, I feel like it still applies today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome your friendly neighborhood president, Dr. Rodney Smith.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Okay, are you excited about today, Dr. Smith?
I am very excited about today. I've been preparing and looking forward to this all day long.
Really? Okay, so you haven't done anything ahead of time that's going to give you an advantage, right?
No, no, no.
Okay, because
See
we don't cheat.
everything right in front of you.
Okay, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Okay, now here we have someone that I think he has the nicest smile ever. First of all you can see within his teeth, he's wearing his Mingos shirt. Let's welcome the Dean of Students, Joe Stubbs. Now, let me tell you something about Joe, okay? Joe is not only very social media savvy, but he has the best interest of the students at the University of the Bahamas in his heart and, of course, on his mind. And everything that he does is about empowering young people. And so I am so happy to be able to introduce you to him today. Now, Joe, the things that the things that you do include operational direction for health services, residence life and housing, campus life, intramural and recreational items and activities, student leadership and international relations, disability and psychological services, and he serves as a university chaplain and makes sure that the wellness center is up and running. That's a big portfolio. That is huge. How do you make it through the day?
Well, honestly, I think when you love what you do, because it doesn't really work for me. Like when you really enjoy what you do, it's literally a fun day every day. So even though it's taxing, you enjoy it. So
There you go. Well, love what you do, love young people. Now, guys, those of you who are watching via Facebook and if you're participating via Zoom, guess what we want you to do, guys? We want you to drop a whole lot of love in the comments for these young men because they are going to be showing you how to make the recipe of the day with ingredients from Showman E Bistro. And it is a smothered pork chop recipe. They're going to smother it. The fat girl in me is so excited. I mean, I don't get to eat it, but I'm saying that we get to watch it happen, which is half the fun. Okay. So, gentlemen, we are going to be doing a smothered pork chop and a side of their choice, of your choice. Now, Dr. Smith, what's your side?
My side is going to be mashed potatoes
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
and fresh green beans.
Okay, we're making taters and green beans. Sounds very, very much like Thanksgiving is on the way. Now, Joe, I see that you adjusted your camera just now. What is your side? Ready?
I think Dr. Smith had someone tap my house. You know, he has the power to do that. So
We couldn't hear you.
making mashed potatoes and some vegetables.
Okay, it's a mashed potatoes, smothered pork chop, and vegetable situation today. So, guys, guess what? There are no rules. I don't have any rules. So, I know some of you are going to be adjusting the recipe, and others are just going to be making it according to the recipe. You lose no points. And of course, we need to see the finished product at the end of the day. So, make sure that you tilt your cameras, you have your lighting in place. We need to see things, okay? Food gotta cook. So, guys, what we're going to be doing is you are going to be cooking for us. And then I would like for those of you who are on Facebook to tell us, who do you think is going to be the UB Cook Off champion sponsored? Man, look at the signs going up though. Okay, now Joe, we're having just a few issues with your audio. Your audio is going in and out. I don't know what that's about. I'm also going to be, oh, that sounds better.
Now?
Yes, it sounds much better.
Awesome.
So I'm going to be asking you guys questions and just butting in on your process as we go along, and that's going to be part of the fun. I'm also going to be reading some comments from the Facebook person. So let me just navigate over to the University of the Bahamas Facebook page very quickly. And guys, we can get started in 3, in 2, go.
Thank you.
All right. So for those of you who are watching on the Facebook live feed, what's happening now is you are going to see these two distinguished gentlemen show you their seasoning process. I see Joe showing us all of his Badia Cajun seasoning. I saw some black pepper. Dr. Smith is pulling out what seems to be some McCormick.
Black pepper. Salt
That is black pepper.
first.
Okay, no problem. I love it. And so, okay, I guess Joe is kind of, I don't want to say stabbing, but he's stippling. I think that's the word.
Yes, because I want to ensure that the seasoning gets through.
And I use a little bit of Creole seasoning. This is where I begin to go off from the recipe that was written.
Okay, no problem. And so there's some Creole seasoning there. You know what? The truth of the matter is a lot of people think that you have to over season pork chops. You don't really have to do it. I know that what you guys are going to be doing today is going to be well done. And I also know that everybody loves themselves a good pork chop. Now, I would love to see that your pork chops are going to be juicy, because there's nothing worse than a dry pork chop. And I'm quite sure that those of you who are watching via Facebook can agree with me. Dry pork chops are not the vibe, okay? So I'm seeing more seasoning. There's a whole measuring cup so that you don't cross-contaminate your seasoning containers. Notice.
This is a Cajun spice blend.
Mm-hmm. So that should be extremely nice. And I see Joe. Joe, are you cooking for one or are you cooking for more than one?
I live alone, so
Is this bachelor life?
I'm making 2, one for me and one for Texas.
Okay, sounds really, really good. So he's making 2. Dr. Smith is making 4. And I can tell you, I would love to be in either of your kitchens right now because I've not cooked anything yet for the day. And I honestly really do think that it's time to get this stove running. So how long are you going to be letting this marinate? And while they marinate, what are you going to be doing in the process?
Notice what I do. This is not a part of the recipe, but what I do is I put flour on after the seasoning before it goes into the skillet.
Okay. And for those of you who don't know, the reason why you would put flour on is because you would want to hold in the moisture. You want to kind of dry it out on the outside just a little bit, and then you want to hold in the moisture so it kind of acts like a coating. Okay. And it seems as though Joe is doing the exact same thing. Joe, that's your entire container of flour? I guess you're not using the entire thing, but it looks like the entire container of flour.
Now, whilst these are sitting here for a minute, I'm going to turn the skillet on that has the oil and the butter in it already.
Okay, and what type of oil are you going to be using?
Olive oil.
Num, 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 num. So you're using olive oil. And Joe, which process are you going to be using for this one or for yours?
The whole vegetable oil.
You're going to be using the vegetable oil. Okay, both of them are very good choices, especially when you consider the method that you're going to be using for it. I am so tickled pink. I'm tickled pink because you guys are both wearing gloves. And I'm like, is this Iron Chef right now?
Well,
You see it?
Those are very nice, Dr. Smith.
Okay, now they're going to go into the skillet after the butter is melted.
Okay, no problem. And so, guys, you just want to make sure that there's one thing that I did when, I really wanted to be a bit more, non-fat conscious. I used to skimp on the oil in the pan. And what happened is they would never really come out right. So you have to have the right balance and the right amount of oil. And I'm quite sure that both of these gentlemen have it together. Also, when it comes down to the heat that you use when you're frying a pork chop, especially using this method, you also want to make sure that your heat is up at the right temperature. Is anyone using an iron skillet? Are we using a non-stick pans? What are we using?
Non-stick.
Wonderful.
And 2 tablespoons of butter and 2 tablespoons of olive oil.
Great balance, Dr. Smith.
well, my pan came from my mom's house, so I'm not sure if it's a non-stick or not. I just used the remaining oil out of my thing. So.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
Yeah, an extra little here, an extra little there.
Oh yeah, I love pulling things from one place and another to make something absolutely magical. And so I want to, we can see you, Dr. Smith. Go ahead.
I'm going to put them in the pan now.
No problem. He's ready. All right. And so, okay, so I'm looking at Joe's pan. Joe has a nice stainless steel pan sitting on top of his stove right now. Dr. Smith, how many of them are you putting in? Are you putting 2 at a time or 1?
4.
Oh, you're putting, well, that's a huge pan. Excuse moi. Okay, Joe, how are you looking?
Can you see?
I can see, yes.
Well, my pan is, so I think I can do 1 at a time. That's why I chose to do pork chops instead of 4.
No problem. I understand. And so everyone, we are off and the pork chops are going to make it into the pan. All right, Joe. Now, Joe, let me tell you something. Let me see what you're going to do. Go ahead.
Well, I don't think it's hot as yet, like fully hot. So give it about 2 more minutes and I should be ready.
Okay, cool. So
what I'm going to do is actually add a little bit of diced garlic and oil to kind of add some flavor to it.
Okay. Go ahead. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, while they are doing that, I just want to put a plug in here for Showman eBistro, which is a weekly meal kit service that takes you all around the world. For $120 a week, you can get a kit that is filled with themed ingredients. This week, our Showman eBistro kit took us all the way to New York City. Last week, we were in Nassau, Bahamas. The week before that, I think we were in Brazil. The week before that, we were someplace else. I mean, your taste buds do travel with Showman eBistro. So be sure now that Thanksgiving is coming up to go to the Showman eBistro website and purchase your box today. Let's say $120 is a lot of grocery for you. Well, you can divide your box and you can share that with a friend. So you and somebody else can put together, get your $120 box, and then you can split it and have the experience shared between you two, because one box feeds a family of four a minimum of 7 meals. And I can tell you it's under $5 per meal per person. I mean, you can't beat that. Okay, so guys, we are going to be celebrating UB homecoming. Yes, somebody was saying something. Okay, so we are going to get them in. So make sure you dust those pork chops off just a little bit, guys. You know what? I can't even hear the frying pans frying. Like, I want to hear the ambient sound. I want to hear the.
Oh, did you hear it?
Yes, I can hear it. Yes, that's what people love to hear. So let's play a quick little game, guys. I'm going to bounce in between both of you, and hopefully I don't break your concentration, right? If you had the choice between cup and baggie, which would it be?
Between what?
Cup and baggie.
Cup and baggies?
Yes.
Baggies?
I'm gonna go to cup.
Really? Why?
Because it's easier to squeeze up.
So you could hold it without getting your hand too cold.
Yeah.
Noted.
Yeah.
Okay. So pineapple tart or coconut tart?
Pineapple, hands down. And actually,
Pineapple.
Okay, it's a pineapple city. Yes. Ooh, where did you get it? Why did it look like Mr. Bodie pineapple tart?
it is.
That's, you know, good things. Yes, and so one of the comments coming in from Facebook is Dr. Smith, oh sorry, President Smith. I feel like I'm in the US elections. President Smith makes it look so easy. I love it. All right, guys. So Joe, how are your pork chops coming along?
Pretty good.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, mine has to come out now.
Yours has to come out now. Excellent, because you shouldn't overcook your pork chop.
Now,
So you flip them already?
I'm going to show you and show them to you when they're coming out. Do you see them?
Yes, I can see them. I don't know if you want to come around to bring them a little bit closer to the camera so everybody can see.
See them?
Yes, I can. Those are really, really nice. Those are extremely nice. So, Ashley Kevin Knowles says to tell Joe, dust off the flour. Oh, Antonia, you leave us alone with our love for pineapple tart, please. No, and Nayoka, President Smith is not done yet because we have mashed potatoes to go and we have green beans to go. So guys, and vegetables. So guys, this show is not over by any stretch of the imagination. President
So
Smith,
these are onions. They're going to go into the oil and butter.
there you go. Additionally, guys, they're smothering the pork chops. So when you smother the pork chops, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you don't overcook the pork chop to begin with, okay? Oh, let me see, Joe. Okay, let's let Joe get his pork chop into the pan. Oh, nice. It's a nice color, Joe. Very good. Okay, Dios te necesitamos says, love it. Now, Randika, you can't really say one in the lead or the others in the lead because there's a whole lot more show to go, okay? Yes, and people know what they are doing. It's good to see Malin, Antonia, Randika, Dios te necesitamos. I don't know why they have me saying Spanish here. We also have Onisha here on Facebook. Guys, thank you all so much for joining us. And guys, guess what? There's so much more to go here. So we got 4 pork chops, 2 pork chops. Let's get some water on to boil, guys. You want to do things all at the same time. Oh, I shouldn't be telling y'all what to do. I sorry.
Oh, I'm ahead of you. It's
Good job.
And my
Good job.
ready to go for the potato salad.
Oh, it's potato salad or mashed potatoes?
Sorry, mashed potato.
Okay, I like potato salad, but I was just gonna wonder, like, should the potato salad go with the smothered gravy? I don't know. You guys can tell me. No?
Mashed potato.
Oh, so it has to be mashed potato.
Yeah.
Oh, these comments coming in from Facebook says, "Don't be like Nevada." Oh, hi, Simone. Thank you so much.
When you're caramelizing the onions for smothered pork chops, you have to keep turning them so that you don't burn them.
Yes. And also you have to remember that you want to keep the heat up just enough to make sure that you develop the sweetness, because caramelization of onions is more about the sweetness than it is about cooking the onions. And so you definitely want to release all of the sugar. There's nothing better than sweetened onions, honestly. Antonia says, don't let these pork chops distract y'all from that math exam I hear y'all have now. I am rolling over. Okay. Kanisha says, keep it up, Joe. Wendy Delaveau is volunteering to taste test. I am with Wendy. Yes, yes. And Leandra says, now look here, y'all ain't safe. Cut it out, guys. Cut it out. All right, Joe, you're looking good. So you have your water boiling? Yes. Are those potatoes peeled?
They are. Wait, just how you do it when you're showing.
That's it. Yes, you show it for Facebook and for camera. Guys, there's a comment. It says Iron Chef. I love it. Thank you, Kanisha. I hold on, let me show it off. Okay. It's Bahamian brands I'm wearing today. So guys, let's talk a little bit more about what the University of the Bahamas is doing for our students. Now, I was a COB alumni, okay? I'm not going to say the year, not that I look old, but I am going to say that I really enjoyed my time at the College of the Bahamas. And now that it is the University of the Bahamas, there seems to be so much progress in not only student life and development, but also in the representation of the brand that is UB. I mean, mind you, flamingos should be pink, but y'all made that blue meanie bird just do it. I'm very proud. I kind of want to go back to be a Mingo. So what's the transition been like for you guys, being able to bring such a great brand out and making it more of the flagship experience for education in the Caribbean?
What's it like?
Mm-hmm.
We have a long ways to go, but I think that in the past couple of years, we have made significant strides in moving the university to the next level. And there's no question that the university is well on its way to becoming a global partner in everything that's going on in terms of higher education.
Mm-hmm.
And, we just won an award recently, an international award recently. And I think we're going to be winning a lot more other kinds of awards in the future.
Mm-hmm.
It's exciting.
I'm very excited for you. Honestly, as somebody that came from COB, I am looking at UB, and the fact that you all have a mascot, the fact that everybody seems so involved and everybody is walking around with pride makes me so happy to be there. Excuse me, who is that saying parsley? Antonia says, I hope that there's no parsley here. She says, without parsley though. Thank you guys so much.
Now, I don't use water, I use chicken broth.
Okay, and packaged chicken broth is fine, and it goes extremely well with pork chops, okay? And so I see some nurses here, Nyoka Ferguson. So funny story, in the comments, Nyoka says, I'm essential too, sweetie, nurse. That's hashtag nurse. President only do 4 pork chops, 2 for me, 1 for you, and 1 for him. And she says she's on her way. So I want to know who has her bail money. Who
I
has
won't know.
Nayoka's bail money? All right, guys. So are we gonna have? Well, how's everybody doing now that we are forced to be at home? Because I'm thinking that we should have had some more Stomp the Arts by now. What would the University of the Bahamas have been doing on a regular day if this was a regular season for us?
Um, well, right now we're definitely celebrating homecoming. So today is Saturday. So we would have already almost completed the entire week of events. But I think today would have been the second round of basketball games at Second Eliza's gym. That
Mm-hmm.
follow up with a UB lit party. That is literally we from last year, I think we had about 3,000 people at that party.
Ooh, wow.
So it's literally a huge event. And then Sunday we would have and we will be celebrating and worshiping with a church service. So yeah.
It sounds good. It sounds really good, Joe. I love the fact that UB is so active with all of the experiences that people can be a part of, alumni and current students as well. So Heather Gabrielle would like to know who housed closer to the south so she could come for the food.
Say what?
So Heather Gabrielle would like to know, and I quote, who housed closer to the south so I could come for the food?
Well, I think my house is. What do you like?
She gonna take a chance.
Yes, she has go to 7, 8 roadblocks.
Wait, there's even more jokes in the chat. So she is replying, it's called initiative. If you don't ask, you can stop. Listen, these jokes inside this comment section are hilarious. Okay, I'm loving it. So guys, we're now in the second portion. So Dr. Smith, how are your caramelized onions coming?
Oh, I'm far ahead than that. I'm in the sauce now with the pork chops in the sauce.
Oh, excuse me, sir. Sorry. I thought you was gonna wait. All right. So Joe, what you looking like now? Your pork chops are done. What's going on with you?
So my potatoes are boiling, and I'm about to start the smothering process.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what I'm about to do, I think. Oh, I know I gotta do this.
A secret ingredient to really coloring the sauce is paprika.
Okay, so you're not using any tomatoes, no tomato paste, but you're gonna kind of herb color it.
Yes.
Wonderful. So what Dr. Smith is doing is actually going to give it's not going to be a very thick sauce, but it should be an extremely flavorful one with the onions that have been caramelized. And then you still have the remnants of the flour that he coated the pork chops inside the pan. And so when he adds the chicken broth to it and he allows it to kind of simmer, what's going to happen is the sauce is going to thicken. Okay. And I see that Joe, what are you up to now?
I'm now cooking my onions.
Uh-huh.
And then you're gonna add the flour. And yeah, other.
Get to it. And also, guys, while they are working, I see that Joe has his potatoes. They're boiling. Joe, you cut up the potatoes?
Yes, they're cut and they're boiling now.
Wonderful. And I'm quite sure everybody salted their water. Now, there's nothing worse than there's nothing worse than fresh potatoes. So you want to make sure, as with pasta, as with rice, you salt your water, unless, of course, you're using a pre-salted chicken broth or pre-salted broth. And you also want to make sure that if you're going to be using a bouillon cube to flavor it, you do not extra salt it, because bouillon cubes do all of the work for you. Now, Antonia Nixon, hey cousin Antonia. Antonia Nixon asks, she's asking if Joe wants to deliver to Abaco. Abaco. And somebody is attributing the fact that you can cook to your cookware. But I'm also looking at the fact that you guys have the half and half. Well, I see President Smith has the half and half out, and that came inside the Showman e-bistro box. So great job there. Dr. Smith, what are you going to be using the half and half for?
I use that for the mashed potato.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also gonna put a little bit in here.
Oh, so we're making creamy smothered pork chops. Sounds like a plan. Denavio, do you have any well wishes for either of the two contestants? I want to hear the sound of the pork chops just go in. All right, now, Joe, you had taken your pan off of the stove. Why did you do that?
Because I was thinking about what I needed to do next. So before I burn down,
Oh, mm-hmm. Just turn the heat down slightly.
yeah.
Take it down to very low, not medium low. Which part of the process are you in now?
Cooking my onions, and I'm going to switch pots to go into a bigger pot to start the smoking process.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Sounds good. Randika wants to see everybody's screen. And Petra says, slow and steady wins the race, Joe. Just take your time, no pressure. I hear clack, clack, tap, 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 tap. Nayoka. Okay, so Joe, Nayoka says, make sure you don't burn them pork chops.
They're done already. So,
Looking good, man. And that gravy got to be on point. Don't mind me talking. That's what I am here for. All right. So, Dr. Smith, what are you up to now?
I'm still cooking the sauce and mixing all the ingredients in,
Mm-hmm.
making sure that the pork chops are cooking well as I keep turning them.
All right. And what heat do you have your pan at?
It's about midway, halfway right now, medium.
Okay. Wonderful.
I'm making my smothered sauce.
Joe, what you just do with the flour? You put it inside the pot?
Yeah.
Okay. What part of the process are you in now?
This is where I'm at now. So
Okay.
So I'm gonna now use my this one.
Whisk.
Yeah, it's a whisk. And I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna whisk it almost like, yeah.
Okay. Whisk, whisk, whisk. And you're going to need to turn your stove down just a little bit lower,
You don't
because
want me-
that's a lot lower, because that flour is going to expand. Okay, good. Give yourself some time to work that. Petra, leave me alone.
Huh?
No, Petra is talking on Facebook, and she fooling with me, and I'm here for it, but I want her to leave me alone. All right. Okay, so Joe, is it getting any smooth on the inside? Add a little bit more moisture.
First, like I got really defeated until I just saw this. So this really brought back my confidence. I'm ready.
Good job. Good job. Listen, I am so excited to see how these plates are going to come out. You know, the honest to God thing, thing is, sometimes what happens is I have things that go wrong inside the kitchen, and then I just make it look pretty and put it on Instagram. So if you are here, and guys in the comments, let me know if sometimes your food ain't the prettiest, but it tastes good, so you make it look pretty and you post it. Somebody says, somebody says, Chef Presidente with the accent, and then Shakia says, Joe showed us that whisk like he have a YouTube channel. I love it. Y'all can cause me cry out my shadow and my liner today. Tenevio says to Shakia, you win. Antonia she has your back, okay, Joe? She says, I just switched teams. Don't disappoint me. So she left team president for team Joe. That's what Antonia says. She says she leave you inside the kitchen. So she is putting the pressure on Joe. Tenevio, you can't cook? We can fix that. Showman has all the recipes up on the site. So you just get your box and you straight. You don't even have to make the sauces. The sauces are pre-made for you. That's okay, okay, Denavio? That's okay. Let me make the face for you. This is the emoji face. Get it? Okay, guys, so we are getting into the middle of this cooking battle, and our pork chops are being smothered. Those are what is that, Dr. Smith?
Mushrooms.
Okay, so we're throwing our mushrooms into which part of the process?
It's going in now because the saute is almost completed.
Okay, where are they going?
They're going to be mixed with it.
Okay, mixed with the gravy for the pork chops is what you're saying?
Yes, that's
okay,
correct.
Good. And Joe, what you doing now? You flipping, stirring like a stir fry over there. I feel like the Migo is watching you.
At one point, so we have to add more water to it to kind of make it a little more softer.
Yes, there you go. So you don't want to turn off the stove a little bit, eh? Take it down to the point where you can't really see it at all. And that should help it stop thickening so much so quickly.
Is that a good texture now? I think we're good.
Mm-hmm.
We go into the taste because,
Okay, cool. Okay, and Randika, honestly, I feel exactly what you're feeling because I am getting hungry right now as well. I am getting hungry. Guys, I don't know what you guys are cooking, but they're making smothered pork chops inside this UB cook-off, and I just want to know if I should make something else to, because I'm hungry now. And we're in New York this week with Shomani Bistro, so I pulled out a hot dog, but I've not had a chance to make it, so I'm going to make that. But they also gave us lobster, they gave us pastrami, they gave us like Swiss cheese, they gave us provolone, they gave us Parmesan, they gave us mozzarella, pizza crust. I mean, this is one of the easiest boxes to work with this week. And these pork chops also were included in the Showman box, along with the heavy cream. And you also have Dr. Smith using his mushrooms. Joe, what else are you pulling out?
Into the box.
Uh-huh.
Even though I'm allergic to mushrooms.
You're allergic to mushrooms, so you don't have to use it.
Yeah, maybe Texas will eat it.
Oh, he's gonna feed Texas the mushrooms, no problem. Man, I want to see inside these pots, but these phones can't move, man. Who wants to see inside the pot?
Could you see that?
Oh, yes, I can see that. Looks very good, honestly. It looks really, really good.
Okay.
Okay, you're getting a nice color on that, Joe.
Yeah.
It's a very nice color on it. It looks more like country gravy, the color of country gravy. You know how country gravy tends to be white and creamy. It has that kind of look and texture. And I love that about the way that the both of the dishes are developing, because what's happening is you get to see just how much of a melting pot the New York experience is, okay? You have persons from all around the world coming to that metropolitan city to enjoy it, and then the flavors kind of mix. So I feel like I should be inside the airport ordering something like this, something delicious. And I just feel like I want to eat from both of these pots. I need to taste it. We need to do this challenge in person, guys.
Yeah.
Definitely do.
After the
So,
pandemic.
so guys, we have a few things that are in fact coming up for all of you, and they include a motorcade and UB's Day of Giving Thanks. And that takes place on November 10th from 2 to 4 p.m. at the university's main entrance. And so you can drive by with your donations and you can celebrate Charter Day. Those are important days that come up. Then we also are going to be deciding the winner via the Facebook stream. So I know everybody's going to plate their stuff. It's going to be beautiful. And so, guys, I want to know another set of questions. So this question is for both of you, if you're not too busy in the process of cooking. I would like to know which meal would you cook if you had to impress somebody?
Fried shrimp, French fries, homemade gourmet tartar sauce.
Oh, I love it. It's simple, it's easy, and it's flavorful because there's very little that you can do wrong with shrimp. So, Dr. Smith, what would you do? What would be your food to impress?
I think it would be yellow chiffon rice, covered with actually southern fried cabbage with smoked turkey.
That sounds like a Thanksgiving plate right there. Yellow chiffon rice,
Yeah.
cabbage, and smoked turkey. Is this turkey something that you would be smoking at home on your own?
No, the turkey is actually, the way to cook that is, it's a southern recipe.
Mm-hmm.
You actually fry down bacon to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take the bacon out crispy, and then you cut it into fine pieces. You chop up the cabbage, and you boil the cabbage, put the cabbage in that, and you also boil it down in chicken broth.
Mm-hmm.
You add, after it starts boiling down halfway, you put in some onions, some red peppers, some green peppers, and you add the bacon bits that you created yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you add in chopped up smoked turkey. And then
that's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah. And
no problem.
Of course, you use Creole seasoning.
And of course.
So when you put that on the yellow chiffon rice with saffron in it, oh, to die for.
It sounds delicious. Now I see Joe taking his potatoes out of the pot. So Joe, those potatoes looking a little potato-y.
Well, I'm going to mash them myself.
I'm going to make the mashed potato.
So, okay, guys. So both of our contestants are here mashing potatoes. Potatoes are done and ready. Now, there's a little tip when it comes down to making mashed potatoes. You want to kind of drain them just enough and reserve some of the water, but you also don't want to overboil your potatoes until they are mushy and sludgy, okay? And I think a lot of people do make that mistake when they're cooking potatoes. They think that, oh, the better I cook them or the more I boil them, the easier they are to mash. But a good mashed potato is smooth. It still has a bit of starch and it still has a bit of body to it. So I'm very interested to see how this turns out. Dr. Smith is holding his masher and he is mashing it by hand. Joe is doing the exact same thing. And I love the steam that's coming off of Joe's bowl. Okay, apparently, alumni, the UB alumni better be invited as well. All roads lead to the President House for Thanksgiving. Nayoka says, meanwhile, we eating white rice with ketchup. Oh, Nasi's knowledge is Chiffon for chiffon. Devontae says expectation versus reality. Um, Wendy, go sit in the corner. Thank you very much. And Randika, listen, I am with you. Denavio is having cereal with sugar and water. He didn't even say cream. What's that in your hand, Joe?
Garlic to go in my mashed potatoes for garlic.
Okay. He has some minced garlic. Guys, and you can also get your garlic in your Showman e-bistro box. Like they do all of the work for you. They kind of mince it, they put it in a little container, and you could just take it out and use it. And that comes in almost every week. Lindy Bo says, Joe using a fork so that could taste good. I with you here. Okay, guys. Oh, Lindy has a bit of advice, but really and truly, how you spot that, Wendy? Wendy, for real, Bodine, he has a burner on. Joe, check your burner. Oh yeah, Joe, you might want to turn your burner off. I didn't. Well, that's why it's on. Wendy, he showed us why the burner was still on. And now his pork chops are going into his gravy, which is something that I can appreciate. So he pretty much cooked his gravy and he let his pork chops rest. And so what's going to happen is instead of overcooking the pork chops, they should have a time to absorb some of the gravy without fully absorbing it all and without overcooking them. And so, Joe, I just want to ask if you could turn that stove down to the very lowest you could do. I don't even want to see the flame where it's down so low. Okay, carry on. Ooh! Nayoka says Bodine is cooking at the next girls' game night. Thanks. Woo, child. Guess Showman to sponsor that. I'm also going to be doing a Showman giveaway this week. My food, my pantry is just so full. I am not able to do it. Denavio, now you say you can't cook, so let me teach you something real quick. When you're cooking things like pork chop and you're cooking things like steak, what you have to do is you have to let the meat rest. If you don't let the meat rest, what happens is it's going to get hard, okay? Because you're going to let all of the juices just go right out of the meat. So you let it rest, you let it catch itself, you done traumatize it a little bit with the heat. You got to let it sit right there and cool down and just reabsorb some of that delicious juice that you tried to take out of it while you were cooking it. You denatured it. What's that, Joe?
Or bacon bits from the Showman Bistro. So I kind of bit it up, if you want to call it that, and add some brown sugar to it as I fry it. So what I'm doing is I'm creating different tastes and different textures. So
I love it.
Put the smothered pork chop, well, the garlic mashed potatoes to the bottom, topped with some honey or some sugared bacon. Then I will add the smothered pork chops on top of it. So for three, so a sweet, a soft, and a tangy all in one bite.
I love it. Y'all stay right there sleeping on Joe. Joe just told y'all that he was coming through with all of the flavors for your palate. Okay, so y'all take that. Devontae, thank you so much for purchasing your Showman e-bistro box with Canoe. I hope that you saved some money just by doing that. And Wendy says, and I quote, take that. I love it. All right. So guys, here we go. Now, Dr. Smith is busy in the background of this kitchen. Sean Smith has the drooly faces. Nayoka has switched over to Team Joe. And I'm telling you, this is an amazing experience right now because I'm so proud. Joe, I love the backsplash. I love the backsplash in your kitchen. And Dr. Smith, honestly, if I had the amount of space in your kitchen that you have, I would have been extra with the way that I cook too. So at which point are you in your food preparation?
I'm ready to put on the plate.
Man, hold on, man. Wait a minute.
I'll wait for Joe.
Oh, wow. The shade. The absolute shade. Now, listen, Joe is doing a little bit more in the back there. I feel like there's something else that you could pull out if you feel like cooking something else, Dr. Smith.
Let's see.
Now, don't let me pressure you now, but you could do something extra because if you're finished with time to spare, my gosh, you could imagine with the extra time that you have.
No, I can tell you that the company also provides desserts.
Yes, yes, they do.
And I could take a moment to show you something that they provided.
Let me tell you something. I'm ready for that cheesecake here. Y'all see
Oh, you
that?
see you see the
Oh,
cheesesteak.
oh, hold it up, Dr. Smith, so they can know that it is real with Showman E Bistro. I need them to know how real it is with Showman E Bistro. We got in this week's box, yes, we got cheesecake. Not only did we get cheesecake, did you taste the Boston cream pie?
Not yet.
Ooh, you need it. You need it. Heat it up just a little bit, and then enjoy it. I'm telling you, you are going to love it. And I would like to know, what do you think would be the best experience as far as the culinary journey for you is? What do you think that would stretch you to your limits? What would you like to try?
I saw something that was really, really, really attractive to me when I went
Mhm.
to the web on the site. And I think it was some kind of a Creole smothered chicken or something over basil rice.
Mhm.
Do you know the one I mean? It's
I
called
do.
something, I think.
I do. The recipes that are up on the site really do make using the Showman box a lot easier. It takes the time and the guesswork out of preparing, especially if you have a busy week. And I would imagine that your job is an extremely busy one, Dr. Smith. So would
Yes.
you mind telling me
Sorry, go ahead.
what's a typical day in your life like as the president?
Ooh, right now in lockdown, my days start around 7:30 in the morning. Well, they actually start earlier than that. My day now under lockdown, I start my morning prayers and meditation around 5.
Okay.
Sometimes a little earlier, sometimes a little later. And then I go on the treadmill for 3 miles, sometimes 4 miles or 5 miles on the weekends. This morning I did 4 miles. Tomorrow morning I'll do 5 miles.
Nice.
Then I would have breakfast. I'm on a Mediterranean
The
diet for
Mediterranean diet.
months. And so I would make a nice breakfast. This morning I had sauteed spinach with some sardines on the side. Then when my day gets started around 8:30 or so, my first meeting might be at 9 o'clock, and then I would have meetings all day long sometimes till about 7 o'clock in the evening. So my days are very, very, very full. I meet with the senior team on Tuesdays, and then I meet one-on-one with all of the vice presidents throughout the week. And I have to squeeze in a lot of other kinds of meetings, international meetings as well. I have a weekly meeting with university presidents in the United States on Tuesday afternoons, where we discuss the issues that are going on in education, higher education. And, and basically, I look forward to Friday evening.
I can imagine.
Yeah, on the weekend, sometimes it gets busy if we have something urgent going on. There's several meetings that would go on Saturdays and Sundays as well.
Listen, it does sound like a whole lot, but I'm so happy and encouraged to know that the work don't stop just because COVID said that we got to stay home to do it. Personally,
Nope.
I love working from home, but that's a personal kind of situation. Now, Dr. Smith, I see that Joe has been doing a whole lot in the background. He pulled the butter out just a little while ago, and he is pulling out of his plate. Joe, you ready to start plating?
Are you ready yet?
Absolutely, I'm done.
Huh?
He says that he's done, and guess what? Y'all are on time. Guess what? It's 4:57. Yes, he says that he's done. So I don't know. Guys, I see that the mashed potatoes are making it onto the plate. That's it. I love it. I love it. So for those of you who are just joining us via Facebook, Cintice and Santis and Linnell. What's cooking is smothered pork chops with mashed potatoes. Dr. Smith is doing vegetables. I think he said he's doing green beans, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
And Joe said that he's doing mixed vegetables, but he also added a few layers of flavor. He has the creamy mashed potatoes. He has the salty sweetness of some candied bacon that he is creating. And then he also decided that he's going to make this delicious kind of pork chop gravy, which is more of a Southern style gravy. I saw the black pepper come out. I saw a whole lot of ingredients come out. Dr. Smith is in the process of plating, and I love the fact that his mashed potatoes look nice and firm. That means that they're going to stand up to the complexity of this pork chop, which he has seasoned with Creole seasoning, some caramelized onions. He added a little bit of half and half to his pot just to thicken that gravy a little bit, and a few other little things that are going to make the difference in a culinary kind of way. Nayoka, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Lindy, go in the corner, Miss Bo. Go in the corner. He is not cupping the mashed potatoes. And so Joe just decided he wanted to give us a little bit of culinary flair with the way that he just popped the top off of his pot. And now he is pulling out one of his pork chops. Look at that and all the gravy.
And yes, I was cupping my mashed potato.
You were cupping the mashed potatoes? Y'all, for those of y'all watching, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Oh, we got Dr. Smith making all of my fat girl dreams come true. My fat foodie girl. Oh, is that insensitive? Because I mean, I think I'm gonna retract that statement. He's making all of my foodie dreams come true with the way that he put those green beans onto the plate. Okay, like I feel like I just want to eat everything that's there, and I can't wait to see what else Joe does. Joe, I ain't gonna lie, I was a little bit concerned because when you started to mix that flour, I didn't think it was gonna be that brown, and now I'm just here, just in awe. I am not gonna doubt you anymore. Nayoka says, and I quote, "Cup potatoes."
Okay.
All right, now Dr. Smith, move over to your left just a little bit. Right, there you go, and take a step back, just a little step back.
Did you see it?
Okay. We can see it. Now pull it closer, pull it closer. There you go. And guys, this is Dr. Smith's plate. Joe finally turned on the light closer to his plate. So now we see Joe's plate. Joe has some colorful green beans and bacon and his pork chops, and Dr. Smith has his pork chops with caramelized onions sitting on his bed of mashed potatoes and green beans. So guys, so here's what we're going to be doing right now. I'm hearing, I love that color, Joe. I'm seeing a Presidente can show off. I'm seeing well done. Somebody loves the little pop of red. Everybody's saying good job. That looks good. Guys, you're doing an amazing job. Now, those of you that are watching from the comments, I need to know who won the cook-off. Who won the cook-off? We have the UB Student Affairs account. They are watching. We see both presentations look good. Hi, I see Ray Morrison from Team Showman watching with Chef Romero, Chef Marquise, AJ Ravel, Ray Valdez Prius, and Chef Serial. Maybe they can tell us, Joe, you eating the food already? The people ain't say who win yet. So we see Dean Stubbs for the presentation, and we see somebody saying that Joe won. We see somebody says that the president won. Guys, we need y'all to tell us in no uncertain terms who is the winner. Boy, I don't know. UB Student Affairs says these plates carrying on. And The comment is, we ain't gonna know until y'all deliver. So who delivering the food? Guys, I would like for y'all please to cut open the pork chop and show us a little bit of the texture of the pork chop, because we shouldn't have dry pork chop. I want to see. Yes, Santis, you and I are in the spirit. Devontae says, I can't choose if I ain't taste, so I gotta call it a dry. You ain't loyal. Okay, so Leo Davis says, Joe place look like it tastes better. Lindy says, Lindy, what is your suggestion? So we can vote. Linnell says, looks can be deceiving. Y'all have me rolling. Okay, guys, you gotta hold the pork chop close up to the camera so we could see. Geez, I have my face in the camera like I could actually taste the pork chop. Oh boy. I already have a little bit of concern. All right. Joe is doing the Instagram and Facebook. This is the makeup thing. I love it. Oh, these things look really, really nice, guys. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, I can tell you that Bodine Victoria cannot tell y'all who won. So I would like Team Showman to please give us the name of the winner, and then we'll check the chat to see who else says. I see somebody says both of y'all win. Lindy, I would like for you, I told you you were in the left corner just now. Go to the right corner, please. Go to the right corner. Everybody take a chew, bite piece. Joe, really? How you get there already?
I'm so proud of myself. Like, you don't know.
I love it.
This is delicious.
See, now I need a pork chop. Look at. Okay, so Romero says, Dr. Smith for the win. Nayoka says, Team Joe, Santis, I am with you. This hard for real, for real. I don't know what to do. So, I can't read that comment. Pedro says, I'm proud of Joe, for real, must say. Lindy, I feel you, but now I think you went to the left corner, the right corner. I need another corner to put you in. Go sit at the foot of the bed, please, and look at the wall. Lindy, bad turn. Go sit over there. I don't even like pork chop, and I want pork chop. Guys, from what I am seeing, President Smith, honestly and truly, I want to say that your pork chop looks absolutely delicious. You did a great job. However, the consensus that I am seeing from the chat says that Joe is the winner of today's challenge. So, Joe, honestly and truly, you were more of the dark horse of today's challenge. Everybody doubted you. Even your friend called me to say, now, Bodine, I know what could happen because Joe can't cook, but look at you. Look at you. Dr. Smith, you win for the use of the most showman ingredients in your dish. You pulled out the half and half. You pulled out the pork chops. You pulled out the cheesecake, which had nothing to do with the recipe. You pulled out the mushrooms. You pulled out the onions. And guess what? If Showman given us chicken stock this week, you would have pulled that out too because you knew to use it. So congratulations to you for the use of the most Showman ingredients. So we have 2 winners today doing a great job. Everybody is celebrating with you right now here in the comments. Joe, man, these pork chops though. Joe, you won't even tell the people thanks. You still eating the pork chops.
All right, thank you so much.
Joe. Excuse me, Dr. Smith, Leandra Mackey says, I still want to go to dinner by Dr. Smith. So you letting them go? Are you letting them go to your house for pork chops?
No, it's being locked down.
That is the excuse for everything. So ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are watching via the Facebook stream, Don't forget that the homecoming drive-through motorcade and UB's Day of Giving Thanks takes place on Tuesday, November 10th from 2 to 4 p.m. That's Tuesday, November 10th from 2 to 4 p.m. at the university's entrance. So drive by with your donations and let's celebrate Charter Day. That's Tuesday, November 10th from Tuesday, November 10th from 2 to 4 p.m. I was looking at everything. Y'all have my belly growling. She was talking to me. All right. And I want to say thank you to all of you who are on Facebook before we end today's. Joe, really? Before we end today's broadcast, I would like to know if, Joe, do you have anything that you would like to say? And then we're going to wrap it up with Dr. Smith with his remarks and.
Awesome. So I'd like to first say thank you so much for everyone that participated with us on the live today. It was definitely an exciting event for us. Obviously, I don't know how to cook, so I watched about 7 or 8 different YouTube videos and kind of figured out how to make it look good, even though I'm away from everyone else. So thank you so much for participating and joining us today. I know we're all on lockdown, so it was a good opportunity for us to connect, to re-engage, show our UB pride and our UB love. So go Bingos, and thank you so much again.
Thank you, Joe. And President Smith, what say you?
Well, I'd like to read my concession speech.
But you have the paper ready.
So I want to congratulate my opponent on a job well done. I'm proud of you. I see that you're proud of your own cooking too. You're still eating. So, but I want to also say thank you to all of the
Facebook comments
who have actually tuned in and watched the live streaming. It's been fun, and I want to thank you all for supporting University of the Bahamas. I want to thank you for supporting all of our homecoming activities, and I want to strongly encourage you to join the motorcade between 2 and 4 p.m. on the 10th, Tuesday the 10th, and drive through, leave a donation, please. That is our giving day, and it's our first giving day. And we really, really look forward to having a huge turnout. Just drive through, blow your horn, celebrate Charter Day with us, and make sure you make a donation to the University of the Bahamas. Thank you so much for tuning in.
I could come too, right?
Oh,
I could come too? Because
yes.
I come from COB.
Yes.
Essentially, it's the same thing. Okay, I'll see y'all there then. I'll come up my house for Charter Day. All right.
Okay.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? Philanthropy is at the heart of the Showman eBistro philosophy. And so we just want to remind you that you can get your very own meal kit from Showman Bahamas' website, showmanebistro.com. And let's say if you're feeling a little bit more charitable, you can assist one of the families that are in need by purchasing or making a donation for a meal kit for them. Additionally, there are some great Thanksgiving initiatives that are coming up. So we would really, really like for you to Showman eBistro page. That is Showman eBistro on Instagram and Facebook, to be sure to just know about what's coming up with the new boxes of yours before they are all gone. Finally, your girl, your friendly neighborhood chef, home chef, has her own YouTube kind of show and channel at Bodine Pot Show. So if you could go and give me a follow, I would greatly appreciate it. I know how to cook a couple of things, and then sometimes I mess it up on camera, and then I show you how I fix it because, it's in real life. So guys, thank you so much for having me. Thank you to the University of the Bahamas Department of Students for inviting us here. Thank you so much, Joe, for being such a wonderful sport. Dr. Smith, you have won the Sportsmanship Award as well. That's coming straight from the comments. And to all of you that sat here with us to watch, Miriam Wells, Grace Lightborn, Devontae Harrison, Ariel, Dios te necesitamos. My Spanish teacher, she's upset. Pedra, Denavio, and Ariel, and all of you, Nayoka, and my friend who I said had to go in the corner. She might just be sitting inside the corner right now. Guys, thank you all so much. It's been my pleasure. Have a great night. And I wonder if I can get this pork chop from Dr. Smith, because Joe didn't eat all of his. All right, bye, guys. Have a great evening.
Thank you, you too.